Bold and Beautiful's Heather Tom reveals her favorite soap romances. Heather Tom, known for playing Katie in The Bold and the Beautiful, has been involved in several on-screen romantic relationships across her various shows. The actress recently named two of her favorite storylines from her long-standing soap opera career. Heather Tom says her young and restless character's romance with Scott Reeves' Ryan was wildly romantic. The Bold and the Beautiful's Heather Tom recently celebrated her 35th anniversary in the industry. When asked about her favorite on-screen romances, the multiple Emmy-nominated actress highlighted two specific storylines. "I think that, honestly, it goes to my first and my last," Tom revealed to People magazine. Her first on-screen relationship was with Scott Reeves' Ryan McNeil in The Young and the Restless, where she portrayed Victoria Newman. She labeled the relationship wildly romantic. Victoria was 16, and he was older. "It was just a Romeo and Juliet storyline," Tom recalled. "People still come up to me and talk about how much they love that story, and it was really well constructed. I had so much fun doing it. It was very exciting, and I think that excitement played onto the screen, and so people really related to it." The soap opera star then pointed to her ongoing on-screen romance with Don Diamant's Bill Spencer Jr. on The Bold and the Beautiful. "I've known Don Diamant since I was 15, she said. "And so we have just a truthful relationship. I love him. He's my family in real life, and I think that they allow the history to really play out." Interestingly, Diamant was also on The Young and the Restless, where Tom said that they had explored the possibility of a romance between their characters. However, she revealed that the writers never went anywhere with it. Luckily for them, they got to explore that on The Bold and the Beautiful when Diamant joined the show in 2009. Tom recalled pursuing the writers of the show, saying, "We work really well together. Try us together. Try us together." The writers clearly listened to her advice because their characters, Bill and Katie, have been together for over 2 decades. "Sometimes I feel like you can certainly create chemistry and play it, but a lot of times it's just there. It's just an unspoken thing that makes it work, and it makes it work in a very organic way," Tom explained. The post-Bold and Beautiful's Heather Tom reveals her favorite soap romances appeared first on Comingson.net, movie trailers, TV and streaming news, and more. The lights on stage 31 hums softly, an ambient chorus familiar to anyone who has ever worked on a daytime drama. Costumers bustle past, armed with garment bags. A makeup brush skitters across a counter. At the center of the controlled chaos sits Heather Tom, legs tucked beneath her as if ready to spring up for a scene, yet radiating a calm that comes only from decades spent living inside the world of soap opera storytelling. Best known to millions as The Bold and the Beautiful's layered and often tormented heroine Katie Logan, Heather has survived everything from corporate warfare to life-threatening illness to romantic betrayals so dramatic they practically redefine the word cataclysmic. But today she is here to talk not about heartbreak or triumph. Well, not directly. Instead, she's cracking open the vault of her favorite soap romances, those love stories she believes define the genre, enrich the narrative tapestry, and continue to resonate with fans decades after their final dramatic fade-out. What follows is a creative exploration of love, passion, and the irresistible chaos that only soap operas can conjure, as seen through the lens of a fictionalized conversation with one of daytime's brightest stars. The magic of a soap romance. Heather begins with a soft laugh, one of those musical, knowing ones that only an actress who has seen and performed every possible emotional storyline can produce. In daytime, she muses, romance isn't just romance. It's destiny dipped in fire and served with a twist. Soap opera romance is indeed a genre unto itself. Not merely boy meets girl but boy meets girl, loses girl, marries girl's sister, is presumed dead, returns with amnesia, marries girl again, learns he isn't the father of her baby, but becomes one anyway, and that's merely sweeps month. Heather loves it all, and her excitement is palpable. 1. The epic love that started everything, Brooke and Ridge. Before she even gets comfortable, Heather names the couple that inevitably comes up in any conversation about The Bold and the Beautiful. Brooke and Ridge. Look, they're not just a couple. They're an institution. Indeed they are. Their love spans decades, spouses, children, and entire fashion empires. They've crossed oceans, switched destinies, and proclaimed their devotion on every possible cliffside in Southern California. Even when they're not together, they remain tethered by a cosmic pull that seems almost gravitational. Heather, though she plays Katie, the woman who later found her own complicated love with Ridge, speaks of Bridge with admiration and just the right amount of playful exasperation. They redefine the phrase, meant to be. Every time you think one of them has moved on, they look at each other again and, boom, the universe resets. In the world of soaps, longevity isn't merely a testament to writing. It's proof of characters so vivid, so deeply imprinted into the collective imagination, that separating them feels like ripping pages out of a sacred text. Bridge survived the test of time because their love is at once glamorous and flawed, soft as silk, fierce as fire. 2. The slow burn pairing, Katie and Bill. When the conversation shifts to her own character's most iconic romance, Heather's expression becomes more contemplative. Katie and Bill were fascinating because they were so unlikely. And that's what made them irresistible to play. Katie Logan, gentle, compassionate, often self-sacrificing, falling for Bill Spencer, a ruthless media mogul whose corporate appetite rivaled his romantic one, created a combustible dynamic. They were beauty and the beast, heart and steel, morality and ambition. What Heather loved most, however, was not their passion, but their contrasts. Their romance asked a fundamental soap opera question: can a man built on power learn to love softly? Sometimes he could. Often he couldn't. But the journey was everything. Katie and Bill weathered betrayals that would annihilate ordinary couples. Emotional affairs, full-blown affairs, health crises, and epic confrontations that became instant classics. Yet for all the fractures, their love brought out dimensions of both characters that might otherwise have remained hidden. Proof that even the most fractured love stories can contain extraordinary beauty. 3. The wildcard love story, Stephanie and Eric. A mischievous spark flashes in Heather's eyes as she invokes this legendary pair. Stephanie and Eric were volcanic. They invented their own weather system. Few soap romances have blended power, loyalty, vengeance, affection, and decades of layered history quite like Stephanie Forrester and Eric.